They said, hush your mouth, keep your head down low. Drink your pain, pay your tax, do what you're told. But I was raised where the rainy streets teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, from a small town pub to the city lights, I've seen deals in smoke-filled nights. Blue suits talking like they own this land, but they never had mud on their hands. They write the rules from a golden chair while we graft all day just to breathe their air. But there's a fire in this old isle, and I won't let them steal what's mine. I don't bend for the lies they sell. I won't dance to the Westminster Bell. I'll sing true for this tired old nation. No filter, no hesitation. Raise your voice, feel that liberation. This is the unfiltered nation. Yeah, this is the unfiltered nation. Yeah. We got farms, docks, mills still standing strong. Real folk here who've been right all along. They call us crazy when we say no more, but we carry this country shore to shore. So here's to the ones who won't back down, stealing their spine and are beaten downtown. If your heart still beats for this old home soil, then you're my people in this loyal coil. No more masks, no more stage duration, no more bought and paid for stations. If you're done with scripted conversation, step into the unfiltered nation. Take a seat, switch on, feel the elevation. Real talk, real grit, no fabrication. You cross the line, there's no more waiting. Welcome to the unfiltered nation.
What's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they are going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits. And I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate these two, then you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires and it's what defends the innocents. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too.
Greetings, Roman Sitskin. How you doing, mate? He's only here for 20 minutes, so let's make this quick. But yes, welcome, everyone. I hope all is well. Let me just click this on. I think this time round, I think today, I've actually got it kind of planned. We're going to be going about Sadiq Khan, and then we're going to see some madness in the local councils. Then we're going to go and what else have we got here? Then we're going to go and do some other stuff around the councils and around that. And then we're going to go to South Africa because it's very, very interesting. And I've got like a challenge to people that this is possibly what they can do, what's happening there. Because, for all the rights or wrongs and whose land it is and all of that, these people are getting a kind of immigration mass deportation system going. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first one is this, right? It's Sadiq Khan. It's from HJB News. And it's just very interesting. This guy is he's an agitator. He really is, right? He's an agitator. And he does what he can, and then he goes and plays the victim when everyone goes and piles on him. And he says, look, this is racist, this is that. But look what he's trying to do to Tommy.
Than 2 days now since made comments that are clearly racist, anti-Muslim and Islamophobic. There's been still no firm condemnation from the Prime Minister or anybody else in a senior position in government. I'm unclear why they're unwilling to call out what are clearly Islamophobic, anti-Muslim and racist tropes. I'd be the first person to call out tropes that are anti-Semitic. So would the Prime Minister, I'd hope. Why is he so nervous? Why is he so concerned? Why is he so weak to call these out? Appreciate that there are many tropes that exist that are anti-Semitic. Many of us know those so-called conspiracies. There may be tropes that exist, I know there are, in relation to those from the LGBT plus community and women as well that are clearly misogynistic. There are also tropes that exist about Muslims, the fact that Muslims are taking over London, the Islamification of the UK, sleeper cells. Londonistan is a common trope used, and they are tropes, we know about those tropes, but also we know the context in the last 4 months. There's been a massive increase in anti-Semitism. We stand in allyship and shoulder to shoulder with those Jewish people across the country. There's also been a massive increase in Islamophobia and anti-Muslim crimes.
So basically what he's trying to do there is he's trying to get all of us, and even in LTG, I hope you're well. And yes, smash the bells, share it out and give it out, because it's a bit funny at the moment, YouTube is. So I need all the help I can. And also, if anyone wants to go and be part of this, you can be a member. You can come and join and be a member, or you can support the stream. And it's the pinned message at the top. I'm trying to get away from YouTube itself, and it goes straight into Streamlabs, so we don't give their 60% to them whilst they highly shadow me. But what Sadiq Khan's trying to do there is he's trying to get Tommy into trouble by saying, you know, there was a lot of Islamophobia there. Well, it wasn't. It was the 3 French girls, young girls as well, who, you know, who showed the beauty from within, who showed that, you know, if you oppress yourself by wearing a hijab, you don't know how colourful and how nice the person is underneath. It's just the same old. So people are trying to say that's Islamophobic and, you know, bring in the trans community. What he's doing is, I feel he's trying to make the right wing a designated group, and they want to, you know, they want to say that we're domestic terrorists because we're talking the truth, and we have to keep talking the truth. We've got to keep talking about the Islamification. We've got to keep talking about the trans, and I'm going to show you something about the trans community that nobody's talking about. And we've got to make sure that we are still here on our principles, no matter what people like Sadiq Khan does, and no matter what these people will try to do. But I do feel somewhere down the line they're going to try and get rid of Tommy. But there was no need for that. For the mayor, he's the mayor of London. There's no need for him to do that. He could have said it was a very successful rally. We don't agree with it. It's not something that we agree with, but what we do agree with is they had the right to do it. We banned the people who weren't far right, and we allowed in, you know, people who are very, I think some of the people that were in London on, you know, at that weekend, I think they were a lot worse. Some people there who flew in were a lot worse. They didn't speak, but they were about. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Let me look at the chat here. I've got an echo on the audio. Oh, yeah. I've have I still got an echo? Well, I don't know now. I've just turned something on and off. Listen to City is bleeding my ears. Have a look at this one. Is this? Let me know. Is this? Because I might have found it. Is this echoing?
2 days now since made comments that are clearly racist, anti-Muslim and Islamophobic. There's been still no firm condemnation from the Prime Minister or anybody else in a senior position in.
Was that echoing? Someone let me know. Was that echoing? Faith Beyond Fear, hope you're well. Rustic 71, how are you this evening? So that was the first one. The second one here is going to be, oh, it's not now. Oh, that's why. So it's that thing there that's creating all the echoes. Interesting. But yeah, thank you, people. Alan Bastard. Oh my word. That's a blast from the past. What was the program? Which one was he? Was he I'm thinking he's a leisure centre manager. But I'm thinking that's not. I'm thinking it actually is the politician, isn't he? Alan Bastard. Who was the leisure centre manager? What was his name? No echo. It's better on the audio. Thank you, people. So the second one I'm doing now is about the Manchester attacks. Now, 90% of people are getting this wrong. And I feel it's important that when we can, we get things right. And to be honest, it's the way it's been presented. The way it's been presented in the news and the lack of information and the lack of this. But the guy that was in court, one of them for the attack on the two female police officers, that's already been sorted. I think he's on remand and he can't get sentenced until this retrial because obviously he was part of it and it was connected, so they're all together. So they need this trial to go through. Obviously, he's going to get double time on remand, so he'll probably get out because you know what he's going to get, 6 months and 18 months good behaviour bond. But this one was specifically about the male police officer who got attacked. Now, they were saying it was self-defence, and obviously, clearly, it wasn't because they were on the rage. But people are saying this is the original Manchester Arena attack. But let's just look at what the solicitor says.
On behalf of Fire Ramaz, age 21, Mohammed Ahmad, age 26, following today's verdict. This jury, after 19 hours and 48 minutes and a 5-week trial, failed to reach a verdict regarding either defendant and has been discharged. The court will reconvene on the 29th of May for the Crown to advise this court on whether there will be any further proceedings. It will be inappropriate to comment until the further date on Friday the 29th of May. Thank you.
So that was on that one. So that was a different incident, which he looks like he's going to get away with. But again, for me personally, this comes down to the way people have been, I guess, brainwashed, indoctrinated, however you want to do it. We don't really know who the jury members are, but what we do know is it's very hard for a jury to go and convict a black, an Asian, or somebody on the left. Because you can remember the Colston statue. Now, the Colston statue, at the time, I said this is going to change everything because it's become a test case. Now, the people who tore down Colston statue, they went into, obviously they got arrested for it, for criminal damage and whatnot, and they went into the Crown Court. And they actually told the Crown Court and the jury, they told them that they did it. They said they were guilty of what they did, of tearing down the statue because there was CCTV. But what the solicitors did was they said there was a bigger reason behind it. The reason was Colston was a slaver and he was, all of this Black Lives Matter stuff, and it was in Bristol, so they're all very much indoctrinated. And they managed to persuade the jury that they were guilty of the crime, but the reasons behind what they did mean that they were not guilty. And the jury took it. And I think on this occasion, I think that's what they've done. I think they said, listen, there's a fight that's going off. The police were heavy-handed. They were doing this, I felt in fear, using all of this stuff. Probably had a whole lot of witnesses to come in to say how good of a community character he is. And, he wouldn't be doing this in any other circumstances, but he was protecting his mother. And I think that they successfully made the jury not believe what they can see, but go on to the emotional trial. It's ridiculous, but that's where we're at now. So when David Lammy says that he is removing the trial by jury, in some cases it doesn't matter if they got a jury or not, because they're going to be found guilty or not guilty. And the people who will be always found guilty will be the white working class people who just do a stupid tweet, or they say something like, or they hold a sign that says, fuck Islam, Christ is king. Now that should be protected under, our rights to speak. And we wasn't doing it in front of people who would get offended. And this is their whole to the river, to the sea. They said they're okay to sing it because they're not directing it to Jewish people. Well, hang on a minute. He wasn't directing that at Islam or Islamic people. He was just using it as a way to release his frustration. We're going to see a lot of this. We are going to see a lot of this. Alan Bastard has defected to Restore. Each in their own. I've got something for Restore later on. My voice is gone. Faith Beyond Fear. I wonder if the female police officer he blasted the nose did an impact statement as a witness. But he wasn't on her though, because that's already been done. They've already been found guilty for that. LTG, too white to be worth it. Faith Beyond Fear, you know how it is. I like the pie. The female smashed in the face, or the bloke who punched her is the issue, not the colour of either. The female smashed in the face, or the bloke who punched her is the issue, not the colour of either. No, but you know what it is? It's the brainwashing of it. No, it shouldn't be, because we should be looking at the character of the person. And the character of these people are violent. No matter what happens, they're violent and they're disrespectful and all of that. No, I don't. That's just wrong, Alan. That's just wrong. What was I going to say? Yeah, so it's the character, but I don't, because everything's indoctrinated upon the skin, upon skin colour. And if you look at my latest video, go and have a watch of that, because that says it's showing that I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to get people away from these divisions, these boxes, and start getting back to how it used to be, how we used to approach each other. We knew a wrong 'un from a wrong 'un. Didn't matter who it was. So that's that. So just in case you're putting anything out to say it's the whole court case, it's not. Now, this one's interesting because, again, we're going on to these new council territories. Let's just listen to it.
Very inclusive, and it has to be. I think all of our institutions must be like a mainstream, inclusive, regardless of race, religion, whatsoever. So you mentioned about women's activities. So as far as this AGM is concerned, did the committee invited any women, respective women from our society? But if yes, then why cannot hear any flow? Let's see. I would like to have a bit of clarification on this. Thank you.
It's a valid point. What is, we all know that this is a male-dominated society. We've got two very prominent female, Salma Ben on our executive committee, and Sophia Ben from West. She's a lawyer who is acting from that. But because the male-dominated society.
So basically, if you didn't get that, that was a council meeting in a male, let's just get it right, in a Muslim male-dominated society. And they're trying to have a vote to see if these women are allowed to be present in these council meetings. Now imagine that. Your local council, any council, is having a debate whether or not women can come in there, because it's a male-dominated society, and we know that these people, they want the females to be subjugated, they want them to be second class, and then they've got people, cheerleaders, whatever you call them, like Sadiq Khan, to try and say, well, actually, when we try to show that on stage, that people cannot be subjugated, they cannot be oppressed, it is a problem. But the problem is that in 2026, we have got Muslims who congregate together in our establishment, and they're debating whether or not women can be part of it. Absolutely crazy. Yes, banned again. Hope you're well. But that's not the that's not the worst thing. That's not the worst thing in the councils this week. We've got this in Derbyshire Council. Roll the tape. That is, oh wait, I didn't turn this off. That is, yes, Bogan Brett, morning. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hope Australia is doing good. I haven't heard a couple of bits of news so far lately, but I feel it's in great hands with the Bogans, so I hope they're well. But this was Derby. Derby's mayor was coming in, and he put on Dr. Dre, Still Dre, instrumental. Again, our councils, again, these people are in the establishment and they are just laughing at those who voted for them. Now, who in the right mind? The people are going to say, yeah, but Dan, it's fake news. That could never happen. That could never happen. All right, cool. All right, cool. Let's just have a look at the Derbyshire Times. There we go. Bizarre moment, Derby councillors enter mayor making ceremony to gangster rap Dr. Dre music. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Yes, Donna, I hope you're well. I hope you are well. Good to see you. And Dizzy, I didn't see you in there. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope everyone's well, man. We've got to make the best. Do you know what? I've had a revival. I have had a personal revival when I'm talking about, things I feel we can do for the future. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. Don't think it is. But yeah, imagine that. Imagine Derby mayor making a ceremony and they come into Dr. Dre. But that's not the worst. So we've had the people talking and saying, or the Muslims talking and saying whether or not women should be in the chamber. There are good women here, but we are a male-dominated society. Then we had the second one, was the Derby mayor. His name is Ajit Atwell. Right, so Mayor Ajit Atwell, he comes into gangster rap, but you think it's not bad. We got reform. We got Reform's councillor Sarah Wood. What do you think she's going to say? What do you think she's going to say?
I don't understand the Constitution. I have not had sufficient time to read that as yet. I don't understand what standing orders are, what they're made up of, nor do I understand what an amendment is.
We'll go again.
I don't understand the Constitution. I have not had sufficient time to read that as yet. I don't understand what standing orders are, what they're made up of, nor do I understand what an amendment is.
So there we go. We've got in the chat here, we've got UTK Blue, how you doing as well? Welcome. But we've got Roman Sits King saying, did they do the Crip Walk as well? I wouldn't put it past them. That's something, do you know what? If I was the mayor, I'd probably do shit. I'd probably do weird stuff like that, right? But like for my own personal collection, I'd be dressed up in all the mayor stuff and just doing some mad stuff. But you wouldn't do it in public like that. And then we got Councillor Sarah Wood for Reform up in the Liver's Edge and Gumasel region. And she just said she doesn't know what a standing order is. She doesn't know what her responsibilities is. She doesn't know, how to do this, that, and the other. And well, actually, if you're going to be a Reform UK councillor, and you know pretty much sure as hell you are going to win. If I stood anywhere in the southeast, I probably would win just because it's Reform, and these people know it. So they're coming into the establishment, they're coming into the councils, they're coming into being MPs. And I'm going to say something about Hannah Spencer in a minute, because I think it's important. I'll try and find it. I should have had it, but you know what we do here. I talk and I go on to all sorts of mad places, right? And I tried to structure it today. But if you're going to be part of this political class, you should be knowing what your responsibilities is before you made your application. You should know what you are capable, what the people want you to do, and you should know it anyway, because if you are political, you know what you go to your councillor for. I know I go to my local councillor for different reasons to my local MP. Normally I go to troll my local MP, but sometimes I've got legitimate things that they never bother getting back to me. They hate me. Honestly, both of them do. Both of them hate me. I'm banned from the council buildings and the MP won't talk to me. But it is what it is, you know. It's Reform. Bretty Boy goes, when are you running for the council? 2027, next year. And this is a thing. Do you know, with the councils, I had a bit of a problem. I was going to do this one, but there's weird stuff about it. So you can't be too far away from it's legitimate. You can't be too far away from the places you want to go to. So we had to do a bit of jigging around. And I will, and do you know what? I will do it as an independent if I haven't got a party that I can back 100%. And I know that I'm saying I'm back in advance, but you never know what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 months. And there's no way that I'm going to be going to certain parties. So if I have to, just to prove a point, just to prove that, you know, there's no shame in losing, or you can actually win. That's what it is. And then 2029, no matter what, we'll go for the big one. What is this non-political? What is this? This is what non-politically people going into politics. I know, it's crazy. Hannah Spencer. That was from Band again. Hannah Spencer, right? With all the respect that I can muster up for people like Hannah Spencer and Rupert Lowe, right? The two people behind a party, behind the radical parties. One's a leader of a radical party on the right, and one's just an MP for a radical party on the left. So when we go in, we can't really make much. We can't make many waves in Parliament if we're going in away from the big parties, because we haven't got a voice. Apart from Rupert Lowe somehow managed to get himself onto the empty Tory chair in the highest committee. That's why you're seeing him everywhere on YouTube and that. And I still generally do believe that is. There's something in play there with the Tories. I'm pretty sure. The same way as I'm sure with Farage, he's only doing this because he wants the House of Lords. He doesn't even want to be the Prime Minister. But anyway, so you can't really make any waves. So what's Hannah Spencer done? She spoke at the Prime Minister's questions, and she started speaking about the alcohol problems. Now, this is my thing. I said, as soon as I go into Parliament, I'm going to go to the bars and I'm going to show you exactly how cheap the alcohol and the food is there and how good quality it is. You know, you can get, 300-year-old brandy for like £6 a double, right? This is how cheap it is. And Hannah Spencer, she called it out, because that's what you do when you expose the poison in Parliament. You go in there, you expose what's going on, people like it, and they'll vote more of it. Rupert Lowe, he doesn't do that. He hasn't said how much the alcohol he is. He hasn't said that everyone there is pissed all the time. He hasn't even said about, people, there's more drugs in Parliament than there is in that bit of London, right? It's an open secret. And that's the only thing that I can say about Hannah Spencer, and people are, oh, whatever. The only thing I can say about Hannah Spencer, she's gone in there and she's starting to expose what it's like in there. Whether or not she gets chucked out for it, I don't know. But that's what we have to do. Because the more that people can see exactly what goes on in these places, the quicker we can shut it down. And I'm surprised that Rupert Lowe's not gone, he's not gone ham for it. I'm very much surprised. Let's see what the chat's saying. You would be an excellent mayor, Danny. Do you know what? I don't think I would. Do you know what I think? Because I'm an activist, right? I like the fight. I like the push. So I generally believe that the councillor, that's the best thing for me, because that's where you really get into your community. And you can really, you can walk into the council meetings and you can actually be an activist whilst there 100%. And I think I think it'd be great at doing it. But thanks for the support, Donna. If I'm going to be the mayor, I'm going to make sure that you're living down here. And then, have we got a mayor down here? No, we ain't. I don't think so. No, we ain't. We're going to get one soon. Did you ever see Sheffield's mayor with the Doc Martin boots, reverse bass? What? Come on, man. You're joking me. This is faith beyond fear, yes. He doesn't joke about. Mayor, baseball cap, Doc Martens. Faith don't mess about. Majid. He doesn't fear and he doesn't fuck about. I told you, Faith
Don't understand the Constitution.
Faith don't mess about. Faith beyond fear does not mess about. Majid. I don't intend to try to fit in. Look at his beautiful paintings here and here. And he's got Donald Trump as a waste man, with a big dirty old chain on, with some mad watch that's got two faces. This is sickening. This is absolutely sickening. This is absolutely, let me just take a screenshot of this, man. This is absolutely, this is what our country's come to. I don't know what to say. Get that shit off here, though. Let's see what the chat. The funniest thing, Brett Norman, funniest thing I heard this week was Piers Morgan saying he's working class Englishman. Yeah, I know. Oh, it's fucking crazy, that is. We're going to go through that. I was going to go through them videos. I have got a video, though, that we can go through. We have a wealth of experience and a heart of determination added to a heap load of common sense, Danny, from Donna. Thank you. I have got a bit of common sense. But that's all you need is determination. You need to be good at something. I generally do believe, and this is not like everyone can do it, right? To be good at something, you need to enjoy it and you need to have that bit of passion for it. I don't care what it is. HGV driving. I wanted to be a driver for years and years and years, right? Freedom for Britain can tell you. Years and years and years. And it's so long to do it. And there's so many exams and there's the medicals and it's all money and it's all just crap. I did it. I passed the what's it called? The theory test. The hazard perception, but it's different for a lorry. And I can't even remember what it's called now. And taco thing. Right? I can't remember what it is. It's not the CBT. Anyway, it's another thing. And I did it for probably 3 months, hard, just study. And I got it. And I passed it all. Then I failed the test. And then I passed it. So it is. You need the determination to do it. Brett Norman said, I'd love to get a free top shelf booze in Parliament. I know Rupert has a tipple. He does indeed. But he has to call it out. If he's there for the people, he needs to call it out, not be part of. You can't. I don't believe you can have a boot in and a boot out. You're all in or all out, and that's what Hannah Spencer's doing. Happens in Australian Parliament too. They're all boozers and root each other. Banned again. The hot bar is the best and it's top liquors in the world. It ain't any old piss. It's subsidised. Yes, exactly. Is that what it's called? The hot bar in there? I'll have to try and get someone to get me in there. Maybe I can try and say that, you know, try and get Anna Spence to woo me. Come on, get me in there. They're fucking stinky old green bastards. Dizzy for Jesus, how you doing? I hope you're well. Albi Audits has been attacked tonight by 6 migrant men. They believed he was Polish. Yeah, I heard about that. I see that. I might try and get that up in a bit. Let's elect Danny Boy and he can invite... Wait, do you know what? That's one of the reasons why I think I won't be, because you can have a guest pass. So imagine all the people that will come in. Everyone, all of you, every one of you. If I was an MP, every one of you now, the ones who are here, we are going to go into Parliament. We're going to get the good stuff. We're going to get the good backstage passes, right? None of this up in the gallery shit. We're going to be walking through the halls and we're going to see how shit it really is. Morgan is a 24-carat Cena. He is. Piers Morgan ain't right either. He just ain't right. Dan has the right art to do it. He proves that all the time. Thank you, band again. Let's get back to what we're doing. It's not the Danny Appreciation Society, even though, you know, I absolutely love the support from every one of you. Which one's now? I've forgotten. I bet the Lord's bar smells pissy. I bet it all smells pissy. I bet it all does. He's Rachel Reeves.
Nigel Farage! You are Nigel! We're going to get arrested! We've got English flags on here, Rachel! We're going to get arrested! You're ruining the country! Get Keir Starmer out! Look, England flags! You're useless! Labour Party's useless!
I love our country, and one of the things about our country is good manners. Not very British. News about the freezing country.
You see that? They hate us. They hate the working man. He's saying, listen, I've got flags up in here. You're going to try and arrest me. Oh, manners is what's about being British. Shut up, Rachel from accounts. Give us our fuel. Give us our cheap fuel. Do you know what? I've got a thing here, right? If they reduce the VAT by half, right? So if it was 10% VAT, they would make 6 million quid, more than what they're making now. The government. They reduce the VAT, they make more money. Why are they making more money? Because it's cheaper. Everything is cheaper. If you make sure that it gets passed on to the customer from the petrol station, we will be using more fuel. And that would make more money in the economy. But these people don't understand that. Kinau just burst my eardrum. Was it very loud, was it? See, I've got it all on a mad thing here. Sorry, I apologise. Rachel Reeves, the bank teller in charge of money. Some might say anyway. She lied on a CV and got away with it. I know. Bet Rachel Thieves smells like the... Our sarcasm is what makes us English. It's sarcasm in truth as well. The sarcasm in truth. Now, you TK Blue, hold your eardrums. Because I've got another one. No, I haven't actually. No, I haven't. We're going through this quite quick because now we're near the end. But we can do this video. This video is mad. It's a mad video. But it's a bit... Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit... Restore Makerfield. Here we go. Restore Britain has their Makerfield candidate, which is Rebecca Shepherd. Local businesswoman. She is the Restore Britain's candidate for the Makersfield constituency. Look at that. She's not just a normal, everyday person, which is something that I've said that the MPs need to be. Need to be us. They need to be us, all right? Need to be relatable. They need to have lived in the area and understand the area and want to fight for the area. Look what we've been talking about tonight. That's what it needs to be. But oh no, that's not good enough for the commies. Hope Not Hate from Cole Benjamin put this out on his Twitter that they've been putting this through Makerfield's letterboxes. Now, what does it say? Now, I can't really read that off of here because my eyesight is terrible. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Here we go. So, you and your neighbours will shortly face an important choice about who represents you in Parliament for the next 3 years. Hope Not Hate is putting through people's letterboxes. In fact, the decision will quite literally change the direction of our country. Okay. This election is a 2-horse race between Labour and Reform. Okay. How your vote is a private matter for you, but I would urge you to really reconsider what is at stake of this election. Both candidates will say that they will change Britain. Why is this relatable to Restore as well? Because they're all the same, right? So when the people are brainwashed against Reform and Restore, and this is where it happens. So if they can brainwash people against Reform, Restore Britain is seen to be a more right-wing party. So the brainwashed people who might voted for Reform and probably would vote for Restore, they now won't vote for neither of them, and they either abstain their vote or they'll go to Labour or maybe the Greens. But the Greens is not radical enough. But the Greens is very good at lying without lying, right? You might think, I like that person, he's one of us, when really their policies are completely different. Right, both candidates say that they will change Britain, but there is only one, Andy Burnham, is likely to deliver that immediately. Quite simply, if he wins, he will most likely become Prime Minister. We know that politicians have repeatedly failed us, but we also know that actions speak louder than words, and it is vital that you look at the records of the candidates before casting your vote. We think that for politics to work, then the decision-making needs to happen at local level. Andy Burnham's call for re-industrialise and decentralise Britain, where one wealth and power no longer concentrated in Westminster and London, is a vital step forward. Blah, 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 blah. Right? You can read this, yeah? Because I need to find something. I just remembered something that I need to find. And so you can read this nonsense. I can't remember where I sent this to. Was it on there? Who did I send it to? I know it is Electoral Commission. Right, so let me see if I can find it. Where did I send it? Sorry, people. It's quite important to this actual thing. I just remember when I was reading it, I was just thinking, hang on a minute. But I can't find it, of course, because it's one of my 1,000 freedom of information requests that I've done. Who would I have sent it to? Interesting. I can't find it, but I've got it here. I'm going to find it. So that's what Hope Not Hate are doing, right? But Hope Not Hate, they are a charity, right? They're a charity. They've got it in for Reform. They've got it in for Restore. Let me try and get it in. Oh, I'm going to put it on there later, right? Because I can't find it. But basically, they're talking about elections, but they are a charity. Nick Lowes. That is his name, isn't it? Nick Lowes. Penfold. he is the CEO of both the charity and the activist bit. And they said, the Electoral Commission, they said that basically there was, that they have been told that they do go and cross this threshold that the charity becomes political and they're not allowed to. But they can't do anything, basically. So here, once again, they are breaching their charitable status by trying to tell people to vote for Andy Burnham. And again, because Restore Britain's there, they don't need to say anything about Restore Britain. It won't make people go towards him. Oh, well, I'm not going to go to Reform. I'm going to go to Restore Britain. But what he will do, as I said, that Restore Britain is seen to be further right than Reform. Obviously, Reform is libertarians. That's what they have been and always will be. And that could damage them. That could damage them indirectly. Burnham is getting back into the EU. Yeah, he is, Donna. And also Andy Burnham's on record saying that, you know, that only a small minority of women don't want men to go into their toilets as trannies. That's what Andy Burnham said, that conversation. What is a woman? A woman is someone who identifies as a woman. This is that type of perverted people. Hope Not Hate bigging up Labour. Things that make you go, I know. Imagine that. Imagine that. I want to find this Electoral Commission thing, right? Because it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, here you go. Here we go. Right. I don't want too many things to be going on this. Right, look at this. Right, I don't know if there's anything. Oh, if I dox myself, fuck it, doesn't matter. So here's the thing. Formal complaint to the Charity Commission regarding Hope Not Hate Charitable Trust, right? Look at the evidence that I brought. All of this is evidence, right? If we look into the... Oh, it's not going to let me do it. I want to... There we go. Look what I did. I am writing to formally request an investigation into Hope Not Hate Charitable Trust due to potential breaches of charitable law relating to political activity, governance issues, and misuse of charitable funds. This is basically what it was. The engagement in political activity and partisan bias. The criticisms are basically the political commentary and bias against right-wing movements, the criticism of conservative media and right-wing figures. This is a violation because the CC9 guidance states that while charities can campaign on issues related to their charitable purpose, they must not engage in any political activity. By explicitly opposing the legal registered political party Reform UK, Hope Not Hate Charitable Trust is violating this guidance. The lack of clear separation between charitable work and political work, encouraging political mobilisation and activism. Request for an investigation. I requested for all of this. Here's all the stuff. It goes back to that. I'm going to download it, though. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to download them all, right? And then, so who did I do it to? To inquiries, right? So, if I go to my inbox and I search for that, maybe if I go into my inbox and this, I'm trying to find when they got back to me. I can't remember if it's them. We will respond to you. So we will respond to you. We can receipt of your inquiry. Maybe if I just do this, search on this. This is such good content for you guys. But I want to show you what they came back with. Why haven't I got that one? Here we go. I think. Right. I don't know if you can see this. Dear Daniel Roscoe, please find the attached email. Claire Henry, the assessment team. All right. What do you think they did? Is my address on there? No. So this was the 16th of April, 2025. This is before. You see, when I tell you guys, I do freedom of information about things I don't even talk about until I get all the stuff through, right? So this was 16th of April, 2025. Hope Not Hate Charitable Trust. Dear Daniel Roscoe, thank you for your form dated the 10th of March. We understand that you're concerned about the charity and appreciate you sending us the information. You have raised a concern about the political activity of the charity. Our decision. We have carefully reviewed all the information you sent us, along with other information we hold relating to these issues. The actions of the non-charitable entity Hope Not Hate Limited, company number, blah, 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 and its personnel fall outside our jurisdiction. However, the Commission recognises that the close public relationship between the charity and the non-charitable entity, and as a result, we have previously provided regulatory advice and guidance to the charity's trustees, NITLOs, to create clear separation between these two entities. Based on this, we do not intend to engage further at this time. We'll keep your email on the charity's record in case there are other concerns in the future. Go to the charity, the Charity Commission, and just write down, you feel that Hope Not Hate, the charity, is doing political work. Please look into it. Right? I will find, actually, let me see if I can download every bit of information on that. But that is disgusting. Right? And I knew at the time that I'd need it. Right there. Do you know what I hate? One of the things I hate two things I hate, and that's a capture and unzipping something. You know, when you get a file, it's got to be like, oh, you got to unzip it here and you got to do all this crap. Right, let me open it with, I'll just open it with Arc. Here we go. Look at this, right? This is what I sent them. This is what I sent them. And you're going to see how comprehensive this is. Oh, it's only one of two. Oh, I sent them loads. So this is what I did, right? This is the evidence of partisan political activity, Hope Not Hate. This section continues the framing of Reform UK in a negative light. So I explained what it was. Right there. I can get them all up. Don't you worry. So that was the first one. I explained what it was, and I gave them the proof. All right? I explain what it is, and I show you the truth. All the way down, all of these things that I sent them. The climate deniers, conspiracy theories, this is part of it. And there's the proof. But where's the main one? Not that one. Hope Not Hate. So have I got the proof on here? Hope Not Hate use on charitable donations for political purposes. The report solicits donations whilst openly discussing political activism, suggesting charitable funds may be used for campaigning. This is what they said. We take on and defeat Nazis. Will you step up with a donation to ensure we can keep fighting the far right? Setting up a direct debit to support our work is quick, easy, and fun. But they can't do it because they're a charity. Here. The blurred lines between charity and political arm. Nick Lowell's involvement. The editor of the report is Nick Lowell, who is also the CEO of Hope Not Hate Charitable Trust. He's both the editor and the contributor. I gave them all these information. This was a dossier that I gave them. It's absolutely crazy that they fucked it off. Literally, they just fucked it off. I spent so many. I spent I think about a week on that. About a bloody week. Anyway, what's the chat saying? It's gone crazy here, bruv. Right, Rachel Reeves, hit the like. Yeah, everyone hit the like. Do me a favour, give it a little share, give it a little thumbs up, whatever you can do. Bretty Boy says, Pauline Hanson said, if One Nation gets up next election, Tommy and Gavin McGuinness and Cole will be allowed back in. Look at that. Hope Not Hate bigging up Labour. Oh, we've gone through that. Honesty, restore and reform will cancel each other out. That is my deep belief. We're fucked. I think they will. I don't think they'll cancel each other out in that regard. And this is what my video was. I might play it at the end of this. Because my video is basically there's where reform is and where restore is. And then there's this massive gap between them. And that's where most people is. And I'm not saying that they're centralists and all this madness, like all the people, all the drama kings and queens on the internet, on YouTube and all that will try and say, oh, look, Danny, you're saying you're centralist because you're in the centre. No, there's a gap between them. It could be up and down, left and right, whatever. There's a gap between them where most of the people sit. And that's what needs to win the elections, all right? We need to also, there's 63% of black and ethnic community who votes for Labour, and 43 of that 63, right? So over half of them have the same values as us. They want tighter immigration. They want to mass deport people. They want people on benefits if they're not born in the country to be removed. They want everyone to be able to speak fluent English, all of this type of stuff. That's the people we need to capture, and that's the people. That's what I'm going to try and do, right? I'm going to try and do it the same way as the Brexit movement helped Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Officer Tatum, a few other people with the Brexit movement, which is the black exit from the Democratic Party. I think we need to do the same things here, because it's no good having a right-wing party if, as you say, they're going to cancel each other out and then Labour will still get through. So if you can pull as many people away from Labour, that weakens them straight away. And then if you can direct these people who've come out of Labour and they're like, all right, cool, bruv, what was the party you think? And you can direct them somewhere, then that's going to be much better. And if you can direct them to a party that's not connected to both of them, I think naturally more people will come across. I don't know. It's just a theory I've got. It's a theory. Don't hold it to me. It's a theory. And I think that's what we're going to go for. Burnham is getting back in. Oh, yeah, we've done that. Hope Not Hate, do not need to worry. Reform and restore will ruin each other. Yep. If you believe the polls, some saying Burnham is at 65%. Listen, Burnham's a Macclesfield boy. He's what did he call himself? The King of the North, right? He's very well liked up there. He's very well liked. All the hype with the other people. Reform will be close, but it'll probably be Labour, Reform, Restore. Maybe. Brett, Ukrainian kids. UTK 2 weeks ago, Reform led the polls and was betting favourite. Now Labour leads the polls and betting's favourite since Restore put up one candidate. I wouldn't even go by betting, because what happens is this. We all know anyway, but I'm going to put it out there in case people don't understand. And this is what Restore do all the time. They go to polls. They say, listen, our polls are good, but they don't tell you that poll was brought and paid for, right? So obviously, if you're spending $1,000 on a pollster, they're going to make sure that you come back and spend another $1,000, right? And another $1,000 and another $1,000. So they always do the positive ones. And then when they get a one that they might be on 3%, and they say, oh, well, we wasn't prompted or we wasn't this. And then Rupert Lowe puts out all the betting odds. But he doesn't put Polymarket, right? And I've always said Polymarket is quite good at being this unofficial pollsters, right? It's a betting place. It's a place to put bets on, but it's weirdly accurate. It really is. But you can put a bet on for anything. You can put a bet on. I think someone's gonna. I think James O'Brien within the first 40 minutes is going to say these three things: Ukraine, Donald Trump, and something else. You can actually put a bet on that, right? That's what the Polymarket is. Anyway, so the more people put money on Restore, because Rupert Lowe is saying that it's a really good bet. Even the betting people are lowering the odds. The more people put bets on, the lower the odds are going to get. And if someone puts a lump on it, if someone puts 100 grand on it, and it's at 9-1, sure as shit, it's going to go down to 3-1. Just like that, just because someone's lumped on it. So, yeah, never trust them. Never trust them. And I had a thing, right? Years ago, 2-3 years ago, this guy, I was in this horse racing group. It was a group, right? Like a WhatsApp group. He didn't pay for it. It was just people who really knew their shit. And this guy come on and he was like, do you know what? Put on a 4 or 5 horse, a lucky 31 or whatever they're called, on my horses, right? They're all going to win. So it's kind of like, and he had their horses down there. I looked at them, 20-1, 15-1, first time out. Last time out it lost, it dropped down 3 furlongs. There were shit horses. So I'm there to say, listen, these are shit horses. You won't tell us who you are. And you just want to lower the odds, right? You just want better odds for your people, like to say that, your horses are good and you might be doing deals or whatever, right? They're not going to do nothing. Do you know what? After, I think it was about 10 hours or something of all this betting, they closed the bettings down. They've said there's inside information, this is inside betting, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? These fucking horses came through. Every one of them, first or second. I was really gutted. I didn't do it. But that's what happens. The more money you put onto it, the more it comes down. It's not there any popular or anything like that. Justice for Henry Nowak. Yeah, we spoke about him the other day. It's good to see Elon Musk coming on board, wanting to fund the court cases, and obviously we do need to see what the police body camera is, because he generally is the British George Floyd. I'm not even exaggerating it. Not even exaggerating it a little bit. And I'm waiting for the Restore types. You know what? Let's get onto it. Let's get onto this bit. Because if you really, really want people to go, or mass deportations, look what they're doing in South Africa. And again, I'm not saying South Africa and the blacks are in the good position, because they're not. They've done horrendous things on the white farmers, and they're now just turning themselves to blacks. But they're kind of doing it differently in this way, because...
Where are you from?
They're targeting the immigrants.
Huh? Yes.
Now, just imagine this was in the UK, and it was, let's just say, Montgomery Thomas or Young Bob.
Where are you from? Where?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. So what are you doing here? Because we've been calling for you guys to leave the country. Why are you still here?
I was looking for children.
No,
it's an accumulator.
No, my brother.
Like Lucky 31, I think.
No. Please, respect what we are saying, and don't try and oppose what we are doing. Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to the police. Don't listen to anyone. Just listen to us. We are saying this peacefully. Please go to your country. 30 June is the deadline, but it's not like you must leave on the 30th of June.
Yes.
Don't leave on the 30th of June. Leave now, because the...
So you're saying leave now?
Nigeria? Yes. You're from Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you have papers to be here in South Africa?
Yes, I have my ID.
You have your ID?
Yeah. Yes.
No. How did you get the ID?
I got my ID from Home Affairs.
Man, guys. Sir, Where did you get the ID? When was it?
Since 2005.
It was 2005.
2000.
You came to South Africa to do what?
I came to.
What is the main reason for you to come to South Africa?
I came to South Africa because there was a war in in Nigeria.
No. You came as a refugee. So what are you doing now for living in South Africa?
Sorry?
What are you doing now for living here in South Africa?
I'm employing the South Africa.
What are you doing? Are you the one who's running the kawash? No, look, sir. Just to be gentle, because I'm an old man. We are here to tell you, according to Immigration Act 2002, Section 13, 15, and 19, you are not allowed to operate any kind of business, not unless you have a minimum investment of 5 million rand and above. It's either you invest to the existing business or to the new one, you register with the CIPC, with Revenue and Home Affairs. You must apply for a business visa. You are not allowed to operate in informal trading such as kawash. So now we're not asking you, you have to close this kawash now. It belongs to South Africans. Are we together?
No, I'm listening to you.
Yes.
But the investment of this car wash is more than 5 million.
No.
So that's a real hostile environment where people, and do you know what? The police are in with it as well. So the police are in with it and they're going around with these tribal leaders or whatever they are. And they're saying, you've got to go. You've got until the 30th of June. So people, if you want to see some real action, 30th of June, evening lodger, hope you will. Go 30th of June, wait and just don't watch the mainstream media. Go to probably Al Jazeera or something like that. And you'll see all of these people. And yes, Brett, Henry Nowak is 100%. He's the real George Floyd. He did nothing. He did nothing wrong. He was he was at university doing something like accountancy or architecture or something like that. You know, I've got to go and clean Piers Paul for his wife later. Have a good weekend, Bretty boy. Have a good one, and make sure Piers don't walk in. He ain't never going to live that down. So that there with the South Africans was the last of it. But I've got. Do you want to go and see a bit of conspiracy here? It's not even conspiracy, right? It's very strange, though. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Let me just get to it. In fact, let's see what's going on with X. Let's see what's happening in X. First and foremost. Let's see. Let's have a little. Now we'll just have a little chill and go around. But yeah, that was it for the news that I saw. It's bonkers, it's mental, but it's the shape of this country at the moment. It is the shape of this country at the moment. And do you know what else is the shape of this country? It's absolute fucking liars. Like this one. Shamima Mahmood. Asylum hotel use is now down. This is how they lie to us. Asylum hotel use is down 36% since last year. 12,000 fewer people in asylum hotels than this time last year. Labour is the government that will close your asylum hotels. That's what she's saying. People are going to be like, wow. Bravo. But what she's not saying is she's putting them in the community. So they left the hotel where they're all together and they're kind of, restricted to a degree. But now they're living in our communities. Crazy. Hi TikTok. This is the fucking Chancellor. The Chancellor of the Exchequer. Yeah, do you know what else is going to happen? They're going to get stabbed and killed and mauled on them buses. It's terrible. Here's the thing. Net immigration, it is down. It is only 1,071. Yay! We've only got 1,071 171,000 net migration. Yay! But look at this. Non-EU immigration was 627,000. Plus the EU immigration, which was 76,000. Plus British nationals coming home was 110,000. Then you've got emigration going away. So we've got non-EU 278,000 people going home. We've got EU migration 118,000 going home, and we've got British nationals leaving 250,000 British nationals leaving. So we've got all these people coming in and all of these people leaving, and they're happy that they've got the migration down. So when people are saying the demographic replacement is going to happen quicker than we even believed it would, sure as shit it will. Because in 4 years' time, we're going to have 1 million people leaving, and we're going to have 2.4 million people coming. So it's directly 100% of people from non-EU places, Africa, Middle East, these places, they're going to be coming in, whilst 1 million of our wealthiest people are going to be leaving. That's what you got to look at when you look at the headlines. I always look to see what's behind them. That's absolutely disgusting. True First 101 order went into HMOs today and they made out it was from Searcho Gardening. I love True First. He always reminds me of H. He's a good guy. He's a cool cat, man. I see him in Telford. Yeah, he's a cool cat. He's doing really good work. So more of that from him. I'll get it on here. I've probably done something with it. We'll change it. Toilets and changing rooms must be used on the basis of biological sex. Yeah, that's just normal. Here you go again. Breaking news. Net migration down by 82%. A third of the British rich list has gone, says Band again. It's just depressing sometimes when you go and there you go. Thanks for posting my video. The Calais region of France showing immigrants openly walking. Fucking hell. This is from No Way Photographer. Look at this. So this is in France. They're openly walking the streets. We're paying France billions of pounds, and they're openly walking the streets with their sea vests, their life jackets. Should we go to France as well? I feel we need to go to France and just stop them. We could take them on, couldn't we? Well, there's a fucking lot of them. Fucking hell. Goes on and on. Oh, he wasn't using his stick. Imagine that. That's wild. That's absolute. How can the French authorities, right? So the French residents are half the problem. They should be phoning and saying, listen, we've got a caravan of people. These know that they're not going to get caught. They know that nothing's going to happen. And they're walking with their life vests. And we're paying the French police and the border forces to stop this from happening. That shocked me. That really has. That really has shocked me. That's not illegal migration. It's about something else. A Sikh man demanding they should continue to have special privilege over native Brits to be carried allowed. It's not there to protect me. We got to go down to it. A guy, just one guy, murdered an aspiring academic because he had that knife. The police came and thought the stabbed person, because he was white and because the person said he was being racist, arrested him whilst he was dying. His last memories on this earth are being stabbed by a Sikh and being arrested whilst dying. I'm sorry, your religious practices and things like this, that has to be looked at now, because yes, it's only one person, granted. But one person's one person. You say it's us on the far right because one person did a Nazi salute, so you're all going to be classed as far right. It works every single way. It works every single way. More bullshit from them. Here we go. Here's L. What did we say earlier on? L what? Something. I've done it on mine. So this is the order. So throwing bricks at them. These immigrants. So these are the coach drivers who are ferrying these illegals up and down the country, abusing like this. Oh, your mama, calling him a cunt, calling him a police. These is the people that we have who are facilitating this. So it's not just the illegals that hate us. It's the people who are getting rich. They're only doing it because they also hate us. All right, there's no audio. Let me know now. Is it audio on this one?
That's the man there.
Get out of here. Fuck you.
There you go, look.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Why are you breaking? Why are you breaking?
What are you doing?
There you go. So you got beaten up by Somalis. I always say this about the Somalis. You never trust a Somali. I never trusted one in my entire life. Do you remember this thing that was can you hear that? Can you hear that now? That's good, yeah, because what it is you remember I said earlier on the audio. So the audio, I've got to turn it on and off. But yeah. Basically you didn't miss much of it anyway. It was just throwing bricks and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you missed the seat guy, didn't you? But it is what it is. Look on Sploosh. You see he's okay. Some say sabotaging the coaches is a good idea. We did it when we went to Dover. When we did the Dover documentary, outside Manson thing, this is years ago. Again, 2-3 years ago. We followed the coach. And the coach went from Manson and it went all the way to Heathrow. Right, Heathrow, and there's two bits of Heathrow Immigration Centre. There's one for deportations and there's one to transfer internally. They all go to the one transferred internally. But if you was following it, or they could say, no, we just go to Heathrow Airport. People would say that they're getting deported, but they're not. So then we saw the drivers in the hotel. So we was like thinking, do you know what? If the coaches can't leave, then they can't do whatever. But then you realise that they've got protection from the police. heavy protection from the police. So you can't even do that. Was that AY being attacked? No, it's L. Was it L? I've got it on here. Let's go and look at mine. It was LB Audits. LB Audits. Yeah, LB Audits. What's the time? Come up to 12 o'clock. We're gonna go. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely disgusting. This is Sophie. The police arrested me for reporting these injuries. So she got attacked. They broke my door down and seized my makeup, pretending I had painted the injuries on my face. Now, who was that girl? Ellie. They did the same with her. And I know that people are saying that she did it to herself and she got a hammer and she smacked it on herself. But they're trying to do the same to this one. Despite the fact I had a CT scan from the NHS who logged the injuries, this is obscene. So the police have come and arrested her because she said that she's had these injuries. Now, I don't know. Let me see if it says it on there, actually. She's a Ukrainian musician. I've replied to the comments tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know who she got attacked by. Maybe it says it in the comments. But it's it's going to be. It's going to be the usual suspects, all right? Let's not beat around the bush. They said, as you were actually arrested, what offence given for the arrest? It sounds preposterous. I hope you're not in too much pain. They said I perverted the course of justice by reporting these injuries. They said I had painted them on, took my makeup from my property and broke my door down. I'm still in shock. How anyone could think I painted on these injuries? But who did it? Follow the ship and distance yourself from woman. The Met Police. I wonder who did it. I would say a police officer did it. So we'll come back tomorrow and we'll see who did it. But I reckon a police officer did it to her. That's why they've gone and done what they've done. What else on here? Home Office, more propaganda. Oh, here, look. Oh, I've already gone through it anyway. This one here. South West Yorkshire Police today, that was yesterday, announced details of a shocking case which until now could not be reported due to safeguarding the integrity of the court process. 20 people have been jailed for a total of 277 years as a major investigation into the sexual abuse of young girls in Kirklees. Who went to Kirklees and the council shut down a school and also burn all the reports. Just social services, just shredded it all. I'm sure that was Kirklees. The offences were committed largely in Dewsbury and Batley against 3 girls, one of whom was 12 at the time of the offending began between 1995 and 2003. So let's see who, if we can see who it is, right? So it's from Batley and Dewsbury. What do you think the ethnicity of the perpetrators is? I want you to put it in the chat. Some say sabotaging the coaches is a good idea. We've gone through that. They locked him into a coach. Police won't get on film CCTV. They thought mine was Polish. They thought he was Polish. Liam. So yes, you'd be all correct. These are the usual suspects. Apart from one person who's probably was a groomed girl herself. The victim becoming the oppressor. It always happens. It's absolutely crazy. Here's Novak. There you go. He wasn't a career criminal. He was a Russell Group University student. State authorities assisted the foreigner in stabbing him to death. This is 100 times worse than George Floyd. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible, man. This world that we're living in is absolutely horrible. All right, that's me. Let's see if there's anything else. Smile to Jana. Fucking hate that guy. What's this one? Oh, yeah, just a reminder that Hope Not Hate hired Lyron Woodcock-Velleman, who has just been convicted of sending explicit texts and images to a 13-year-old girl. A disgusting organisation which shouldn't be taken seriously. I'll vote for Lyron. That's him. That's the paedophile in Hope Not Hate. Lyron Velleman. And if you want to know more about him, I've got a video on my channel. Go and have a look at it. Here's another one. This guy here. Why are all these elite people? Why are all these elite people trying to be the voice for us? Him, trigonometry, the guy from Constantine from trigonometry, fucking all the people in the story who are very posh. All these posh people think that they can do shit for us. He just reminds me of Saint. What's his name? Saint Hugo or whatever from America. And that's it, everybody. Norwegians. definitely Norwegians. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to go off now. I'll probably be on tomorrow in the daytime, maybe. Who knows? Let's see what happens. I want to do this video, yeah, but honestly, it goes into just the weird stuff. But tomorrow we're going to do it. Tomorrow. If you can't get there in the daytime, I don't know what time I'm working, or tomorrow night. Sometime tomorrow I'm going to go through it. I need to check a couple of facts off of it first. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for turning up tonight and being a great guest. And I hope that you were slightly entertained and you liked the news that we gave you. So please remember to share it, like it, do all that good stuff. And I will see you again very, very soon. Until then, good night. God bless.